What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Wednesday, September 7th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, fixed air moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Truly appreciate you all. I hope that you're having a good week so far and are ready for Wednesday. Sending you all my best. If you are in the Southern California area or wherever you are, High Vibe is having a special the last full moon of summer live event in the studio. I'm going to be doing a live talk. There's going to be a panel. Of course, David is going to be on the panel. He's going to be doing spiritual dance music. Erica Othen's going to be doing some crystal bowl healing. So Dylan, the human design maven, is going to be doing part of the panel. There's going to be a lot of spiritual discussion. So it's going to be pretty awesome. You can go to highvibe.tv to check a link, and I should throw one in this, but I haven't yet. I didn't plan on promoting it, but I'm going to promote it. So, if you're interested in that, please come by, hang out. Love to meet you all. That'd be outstanding. And it's kind of like my first, kind of like on-stage presentation. I did one in December, but this one's, it's going to be live streamed too. So it's cool to get the stage and kind of have that moment. So very grateful for David for that. And I'd love for you all, if you're around and want to check it out, to be a part of it. So that's coming. All right, let's take a look at the astrology for this Wednesday. It is, of course, the sun at 15 degrees of Virgo, and it's making aspects, really good aspects here, to the nodes. Not bad. Definitely a day of like a lot of Virgo tendencies, a lot of we can be a little harsh. We could be a little like trying to be like way on top of things or have things just super organized in our life. But there's something too about like letting things go, like letting things slide. We don't have to get so obsessed over perfection or make our life so difficult. I think we need to focus on the beauty of things with that North Node in Taurus and the value of things. So it's like, get things in order for value by all means, but we don't need to be so intense and so I'm just going to hold on to this ideal of perfection. We kind of have to release the idea of perfection in many ways and realize that it's the moments of perfection that we create today are going to be so helpful in having us make any sort of change or get things kind of molded into the reality and the daily life that we're looking for. So, I feel like there's a big escape in some ways from the mundane. Now, what I also think is interesting is that Mercury, of course, is getting ready to go retrograde here just on Friday, and it's kind of stopped, and we're thinking a lot about the things that we're going to have to rethink, so we're already kind of stressing ourselves out here with Mercury, like, oh, the retrograde coming, oh my God, it's much smaller than we think, and we don't want to already start tripping ourselves out. But with Mercury here, and with the sun disposited by Mercury, we need to really get out of our heads. And the reason why is because these nodes where we're getting these aspects here, like Taurus Scorpio is a feeling axis. Feelings. We want to feel. We can't just be Spock. You know what I'm saying? Because that moon's also in Aquarius. And sure, we can want to. It's actually very Spocky in a way, going into outer space. Kind of like go and disconnect from a lot of things in life. But that's where the moon in Aquarius is going to help us out, is if we can disconnect and not get so analytical. Because, right, Aquarius can want to be very scientific and run some experiments on its, in its own right, and mixed with this Virgo sun. But we have to kind of detach from bad experiments, but get back into what we actually want to feel. I think this moon in Aquarius can give us a lot of emotional intelligence. It can definitely give us a bigger picture of the personal life, of the things that we want to feel in life, without going too mental. Mental is going to stress us out. The more we're spending time thinking, the more stress we're going to get in some like mental gymnastics match with ourselves. It doesn't need to be that way. This Mercury in Libra, it also wants to think about beautiful things, harmonious things, the relationships that can come together in balance and harmony, the things in our own life that we can make little tweaks to. Because that's where I think today is very special, is like it's these little tweaks in life that can show up in such a connected way and show up in such a powerful way of really aligning us with this purification of our realities that we're looking for. And with Venus here, it's starting to, it's going to get ready to make that quincunx over to Big Jupe, and Mercury's coming off that opposition, still trying to, it's actually going to come back to it too. So we're just in this long, drawn out Mercury opposite Jupiter. You don't have to have all the answers. You just don't. You want to feel. The feeling will connect you to the right experiments, and it will get you out of stress. You can disconnect, but there is something too about, being in reality, focusing and in some ways getting a little critical, but getting critical on the things that feel the best, that are showing up in a more black and white scenario instead of just the over analytical process that can kind of get us into a weird place. Mars is 10 degrees of Gemini, starting to slow down, and in Gemini, another thinking sign. So, and it's on Aldebaran. So I think that there is some powerful Archangel Michael energy here. There can be a lot of courageous aspects that we're feeling, and it's in looking for the exciting movements, the exciting ways forward, that do kind of leave us in a more mentally empowered place instead of a mental disposition, if you will. Like, just, we gotta be very mindful, is a good way to put it. Be mindful of the thoughts that are showing up today, and how intense they are. And are we creating intensity just because we want to attach to something, or are we willing to look at a bigger whole? And I know we want to get to specifics, and I know we want to analyze critically with a lot of different areas in life, but it doesn't have to be that way. So this is a good time to realize, what am I overthinking? What am I getting too focused on that is not bringing me satisfaction in life, that is not bringing me the reality that I'm looking for? And to be able to shift the perspective into a way that is bringing more alignment and more of a win into our lives, because there can be a lot of winning energy today as well. But it's also it's difficult in the sense that we can definitely put ourselves into some very weird mental places. And is that going against your gut? Is that going against your intuition? These are going to be the things that are going to show up with conflict. And they absolutely can, and we don't want to go to that space. Our mind can be very powerful with that trine from Mars and Mercury that's still in effect, even though it's separating. Let's use our mind for powerful alignment right now of things that do make sense for your happiness and your satisfaction. And the moon will trine Mars as well. So there is this kind of grand trine with the moon, Mercury, and Mars. And it's definitely it's very mental. But it's bringing the emotion into it too. It's bringing the feeling into it. So the mental has to be in alignment and balance with the feeling and the emotion of the things in life and the people in life that we really want to connect to. By the end of the day, that moon will square the nodes, and just kind of adds to the fate train that it is, even with the sun making good aspects. We're only going to emotionally feel good if we're connecting to beautiful, positive things in life that bring satisfaction and value. If we're just trying to hold on to stuff for the sake of holding on, or going into intense situations just to have intense situations, and that's what we're focusing our intent on, you'll get it, and you won't be satisfied, and you won't be happy, and you'll feel very let down and stressed out and overworked. And it doesn't have to be that way. This is a time to use your power and your authority in life and your movement forward for beautiful things that maybe we don't have the answers for. But stop thinking about what the solution is and just do what feels right. And maybe just trying that will show something very beautiful and something very pure and something that actually does, after you listen to that feeling, make a lot more sense and give you that intelligence to move forward and to really look at where the future can go and what's upcoming, because you trusted the gut and you didn't let the mind take advantage of you. That's how I'm going to play it. And I'm wishing you the best. What deck do I want to use? It's a good question. I don't know. On the Golden Tarot. I need to buy a new tarot deck. It's been a while. I'm getting the itch for some fresh cards. Getting the itch. This is my first deck I ever bought, by the way. The Golden Tarot. Fun fact. It's still one of my favorites, too. I like Renaissance art. So, it's fitting. Very regal. Page of Wands in reverse. Definitely want to be curious about the creative things that we can do, the changes we can make to kind of express that creativity. And, you know, I think really like bring things up, raise things. We don't want to be like afraid that it's just not going to work out. I think we want to be able to have that curiosity and sort of a youthful nature here that's willing to try things. I think the more we think we have it all figured out, or we're in this like crusty hermit mentality, we're kind of, you know, we're not doing ourselves any favors. I think we have to take experiments. We got to remember too, Saturn and Uranus they're getting tighter and tighter in their square. So we're feeling that. And you know what? That is about making, you know, experiments happen in your life, but it's definitely like you taking authority for the connected reality that you want and the connected experiments that are furthering you in your own authenticity, your own uniqueness. We don't want to be afraid of whatever that is to change to get that. The Lovers reversed. Well, I'll be damned. Say it's important to make sure that you're not being too hard on yourself, giving yourself the love you need. Maybe it's not about putting so much mental effort into pleasing someone else or making other people feel like they're loved. Maybe right now it's important that we focus on the self-love and make sure that you're your number one priority, and your happiness and your feeling is getting you in the right reality, in the right environments, and in the right places that are really bringing that union with yourself stronger and not being so hard on yourself. It's easy to be very hard on ourselves in Virgo season and with Venus in Virgo. We can nitpick ourselves to death. We don't want to do that. And Ten of Wands. All that shit that you're talking on yourself, someone needs to hear this apparently. All that shit that you're talking on yourself needs to go. Drop it. There's plenty of haters in the world. There's plenty of people that want to say something negative about another person. Seriously, stop doing that to yourself. Be curious about how creative you can be if you get back to your heart and the way you're feeling, and think about all the possibilities that your reality has to offer you just by shifting that perception. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful Wednesday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love. Peace.